Hello guys, how are you today? My name is Olimpio Tuns and today I will be your host here for a new live trading session. Today we'll talk about, we'll talk about gold, we'll talk about the most important Forex pairs, cryptocurrencies, indexes. Hello team, how are you? But first of all, before we'll start this live session, before we'll start this live session, please read the disclaimer. Here is the disclaimer because it's important for you to understand the risks when trading on Forex, on the financial markets, on cryptocurrencies, on indexes, on CFDs. So here is the risk disclaimer, and I'm waiting guys also for your messages, for your questions. Also, if you want me to take a look on a specific market. Hello. So we'll wait for a few moments for more members to join us here. Okay. Also today, very important, we'll have the CB Consumer Confidence. Later today we'll take a look also on the economic calendar as well. So please read the disclaimer before we'll start this session. We'll also talk about our about my trading opinions about the British pound versus the US dollar. I've sent my trading opinion yesterday for the VIPs, for the VIP team. So I will take a look also on GBP versus the US dollar. We'll take a look on US equities. Paul, how are you, man? Okay, I will close this window. Yeah, Andy, I will take a look also on the British pound versus the US dollar. But first of all, let's start with gold. So the price of gold, as you can see here on the 4-hour chart, has reached this dynamic resistance represented by a lower medium line of the ascending pitchfork, major ascending pitchfork. So yeah, thank you as well. So it has found a temporary resistance here at this lower medium line of a major ascending pitchfork. It has decreased a little, but the bias is still bullish in the short term on the gold. So gold could still increase in the short term, if maybe after ending its current decline. That's why I want to take a look on the 1-hour chart. So let's take a look here on 1 hour, because I want to build here my my own analysis. So I will draw a descending pitchfork here, selecting these 3 points. This descending pitchfork could maybe help me to identify a new buying opportunity, or maybe to identify maybe exhaustions, oversold, overbought. Okay, so personally I will draw this descending pitchfork here, selecting 3 points, 1, 2 and 3. So right now the price of gold is trapped and is located right below the upper medium line of the descending pitchfork. So as long as it stays below the upper medium line, it could still decline. The first downside target could be here at the weekly pivot point, 1804.43. Also we have an immediate support, static support at 1807.78 at the immediate lower low, guys. So personally I believe that maybe something like sideways movement here within this descending pitchfork, something like maybe a sideways movement here above this former low, something like a triangle here. Maybe the price action could maybe develop and print maybe a potential continuation pattern here, followed by a valid breakout above this upper medium line could maybe bring us new buying opportunities in gold, guys. That's why I wanted to take a look on gold. So hello Paul, how are you? Zan Lee, how are you? Tanya, Samas Mahmoud, hi, how are you? And how's everything? Yeah, I'm fine. How are you, man? So I've told you that the price of gold is still bullish despite this temporary decline, and maybe something like a temporary consolidation here, accumulation maybe above 1807.78, 1807.78 above the weekly pivot point. Maybe its failure to approach to reach the medium line of the descending pitchfork could bring us new buying opportunities soon in gold, only because maybe the price of maybe or the dollar index could resume its drop. Also the dollar could maybe resume its depreciation if the US data will come in worse than expected. So that's why I will take a look also here on the economic calendar, guys, because I've told you that the CB consumer confidence, the US CB consumer confidence will be released later today, and this economic calendar, it is not a high impact event or indicator, but this could still bring some important movements in the short term. So this is expected to drop from 129.1 to 122.9. Maybe a potential drop below 122.9, or even a drop to this level could be bad for the US dollar in the short term. Okay, so that's why maybe also the Chicago PMI will be released today. It could drop from 73.4 points to 68.0. So also here maybe a larger drop, or weaker or some poor US data today, reported maybe by the consumer confidence, by the Chicago PMI, could weaken the US dollar, could send the DXY towards new lows, and maybe could all these maybe weak US data could help the price of gold to resume its growth. That's why I've drawn this descending pitchfork here, which could help me to maybe identify a new buying opportunity here soon. Also, I will use, guys, something here or maybe here as an inside sliding parallel line. Yeah, so the price has decreased, it has rebounded from here, so I will use also this line here, this sliding line, as a dynamic support. So it could maybe move down maybe between the upper medium line and the sliding line. This channel could be considered as a potential maybe continuation pattern after maybe making a valid breakout above this upper medium line, maybe after jumping also above maybe this former high 1819.24. But I will come back to gold later, and when I have confirmation, guys, I will come back maybe to you, and I will send you guys my trading opinion for the VIPs into the VIP Telegram group. And if you want to, of course, if you want to follow my trade, or if you want to copy my trade, it's fine, guys. Okay, so let's take a look on the DXY as well, because as you already know, sorry guys, I've told you in a previous daily video that we may have potential crash, or actually I've talked about the US dollar crash in the short term, and I've told you guys that the dollar index was trapped within this range, minor range here, 93.08, 92.80, and I've told you guys that something like downside breakout from this pattern. You can see here that right now the dollar index has registered a valid breakdown here below the first warning line, has signaled a further drop here. So as long as the dollar index continues to drop, the dollar could depreciate further versus its rivals. That's why maybe the dollar loses significant ground versus the other major currencies right now. Okay, and we'll start with euro versus the US dollar, maybe USD versus the Mexican peso. Yeah, maybe I'll take a look also on that currency pair. As you already know, we have or actually Orlando's trade is running in profit right now. I will take a look right now on that trade. So one moment. So something like around 59-60 pips in profit right now on that trade. US dollar versus the Mexican peso right now. Also my trade in the British pound versus the US dollar is still valid. It is, the price is yeah, around maybe break even, but it is still valid. And also Orlando's trade, British pound versus the Canadian dollar, is still valid as well. So here about the dollar index, it has dropped right below 92.47 former low, and right now it could challenge test retest. It could pressure the 150% Fibonacci line, also the weekly S1 92.37. We also have a confluence area here at the intersection between these two support levels, downside obstacles. We'll see how the DXY will react here, but for me, if the dollar index maybe makes something like this valid breakdown, yeah, it could register and develop a larger drop, and the larger drop will signal that the dollar will depreciate versus its rivals. And let's start with the euro versus the US dollar. Yeah, I will take a look on US dollar versus the Canadian dollar. Thank you. Hi, what's your daily bias on US dollar versus the Canadian dollar? I will take a look on that pair as well. Don't worry, guys. I'm here and I will try to take a look on all markets, and I will try to take a look and to answer to your questions, to all your questions. So the euro versus the US dollar, it has escaped from this range. Sorry, guys, from this falling wedge pattern. Yeah, it has moved a little sideways here, so it has escaped from this reversal pattern, from this falling wedge pattern, and right now it continues to increase after making a new higher high, after jumping above 1.18009 yesterday's high, after jumping again above the medium line of the ascending pitchfork. Personally, I will delete all these drawings, maybe, because okay, so something like this, guys. I will delete all these lines here. So euro versus the US dollar was has decreased within this falling wedge pattern, but right now we had an aggressive breakout. Right now it has managed to come back above the medium line of the ascending pitchfork, signaling that it could continue to increase in the short term. And the current sell-off on the DXY helps the euro to drag the price, the pair, higher, and right now is challenging the weekly R1 1.1835. Personally, maybe I would like to see something like consolidation, stabilization here, because something like this could bring me a new buying opportunity here in euro versus the US dollar, because right now it's risky to buy it from here, because it could come back to retest the medium line before jumping higher. Also, I've told you that the dollar index is almost to hit support levels. So that's why maybe because if the dollar index will rebound after reaching those support levels, let's take a look. A potential and a temporary rebound here from the S1, from the 150% Fibonacci line, could signal that the euro versus the US dollar could drop in the short term. Okay. but right now the bias is bullish, and stabilizing here above the medium line, above the R1, could signal a potential for the growth towards the R2, 1.1874, towards the upper medium line of the ascending pitchfork, guys. And personally I would have liked to see something here like test retest of the broken downtrend line before jumping higher, but yeah, this is fine as well. And I've told you that maybe I wait for something here for a consolidation before resuming its growth. Paul, New Zealand pair, sir, New Zealand dollar versus US dollar. I will take a look on it, and also on the New Zealand dollar versus the Japanese yen. Thank you, Paul. Thank you. Also, the British pound versus the New Zealand dollar. Yeah, I will take a look, and also on the GBP versus the Japanese yen. Yeah, thank you guys for your messages. I will take a look on all markets, guys. Okay, let's start with the US dollar versus the Mexican peso. So I've told you guys that Orlando's trade on this pair, it runs in profit, more than 60 pips here, and as you can see here, I will not insist here, but right now, and as you can see here, this is too late maybe to go short, because yeah, this Orlando's position is a short one. So as you can see here, after making a new lower low, after dropping below 20.17, it has registered a nice sell-off drop right now. So this it was a great setup trade identified by Orlando. So yeah, right now the bias is bearish here, but I told you guys this is too late to sell it, because yeah, we cannot exclude maybe temporary rebounds on the US dollar versus the Mexican peso if the dollar index will find support, and if the dollar index will bounce back in the short term. Personally, I've drawn here descending pitchfork as well, so drop below breakdown of the medium line, retest, and right now it's located right below the weekly S1. Stabilizing below it, maybe something like this, test, retest, could signal a potential deeper drop in the short term. So this is a great trade. Orlando sent his trading opinion for the VIPs, I believe. So yeah, let's take a look also. One moment, because I want to take a look on your messages. So yeah, I will take a look also on the British pound versus the US dollar. I've told you guys. Let's take a look US dollar versus the Canadian dollar. So right now, as you can see, the US dollar versus the Canadian dollar challenges the medium line of the descending pitchfork again. Okay, it has dropped, it has found support right below it, it has rebounded, but it has failed maybe to stabilize here above 1.2607, 1.2594 support zone, and right now the current dollar index is sell-off, forces the pair to drop as well here. So we'll have to wait here, guys, or personally I'll wait here for something, maybe for the price to drop, to close, to stabilize, maybe to test, to retest the medium line, maybe before considering going maybe short here on US dollar versus the Canadian dollar, only because right now the pair is pressuring this low, former low, 1.2578, guys. And I'll wait maybe for something for consolidation here, stabilization. Amir, hello. Question: when we go short, for example, on the British pound versus the Japanese yen, what does mean to GBP US dollar and US dollar versus the Japanese yen? No, we don't have maybe something like a correlation between the British pound versus the Japanese yen with the British pound US dollar versus the Japanese yen. But I will take a look on the British pound in a few minutes, on the British pound versus the Japanese yen, and we'll talk more then, okay, about maybe potential or something like correlation or something like this. Okay. So here on the US dollar versus the Canadian dollar, I don't have something really good right now, only because personally I'm afraid that maybe a potential rebound registered by the dollar index could invalidate this breakdown here, but the dollar index could rebound, could register a temporary maybe bounce back if the US data will come in better than expected. Maybe if the CB consumer confidence maybe will grow, maybe something like I don't know, unexpected growth here above 129 or something like this could force the DXY to jump higher, to come back higher. So yeah, better than expected US data later today, even if these indicators are not high impact, could bring something on the dollar index, on the US dollar versus the Canadian dollar. So, but worse than expected, the US data maybe could help the pair to validate its breakdown here, and to maybe to signal a potential further drop towards the S1 or even lower toward these former lows. Okay, so British pound versus the Japanese yen. Okay, one moment, and I will also hide this setup from here. This is only my setup right now. So technically here British pound versus the Japanese yen was trapped within a down channel. It has escaped from this down channel here. It has also printed something like an inverse head and shoulders here. As you can see, I've talked about this neckline, breakouts, retest, and right now it moves somehow sideways in a temporary range here around the medium line of the sideways pitchfork, something like this. So stabilizing maybe above the medium line of this sideways pitchfork, also maybe making a new lower low to jump, to stabilize, to make a value breakout above 151.59, could maybe bring us something here. Okay, but right now it is also pressuring the 150% Fibonacci line of the descending pitchfork, something like this here. So we are in a resistance area in the short term here on the British pound versus the Japanese yen. So we'll have to wait maybe for a valid breakout here, for something like this, before resuming its growth, guys, because personally I'm bullish on this market, on this pair. Also, as you can see here, the price is located above this immediate uptrend line. Let's see, because we may have something like an up channel here. So right now something like a consolidation, accumulation here around the medium line of the sideways pitchfork, ascending pitchfork, making a new higher high, staying above the uptrend line could signal an upside continuation in the short term. Is there a correlation between US dollar and US 30? Leon, personally, maybe it's not. Maybe we don't have a correlation, a good correlation, a strong negative or strong positive correlation, or a strong negative correlation between the dollar index, the US dollar, and the US 30. But personally, maybe when the dollar index drops, when the US dollar depreciates, I don't want to be maybe short on US 30, okay, on US equities. Let's take a look right now on US 30. Because yeah, we have a sell-off right now here in US 30, Dow Jones Industrial Average. But personally, I've told you that maybe when the dollar index drops, when the US dollar depreciates, personally I don't want to be short maybe on US equities. Let's take a look also on US 100, on US 500. So a temporary drop, it is natural only because yeah, it has reached today a fresh new all-time high, 15,681.4 US 100 in the Nasdaq. but you can use maybe this platform, maybe the trading view, or you can search on the internet maybe correlations between markets, to trying to understand maybe the intermarket correlations. And also, if you want, maybe you can also visit our YouTube channel. And personally, I've uploaded, I've published an intermarket correlation tutorial talking about these correlations, so you can watch that tutorial as well. Let's take a look here on our YouTube channel page. Please visit, guys, our YouTube channel. You can find us by Learn to Trade, and here we have, if you scroll down, trading tutorials, and we have here this tutorial, intermarket correlations trading, guys. So it is 19 minutes trading tutorial, so please watch it to trying to understand. Maybe you'll learn a lot from our videos here, and you will maybe understand better how to identify correlations, how to how to use them in trading, guys. Okay, so we talked about the British pound versus the Japanese yen, the British pound versus the New Zealand dollar. Paul, or actually Paul wanted me to take a look on the New Zealand dollar versus the US dollar. Yeah, I will take a look on the New Zealand dollar as well. Something like a sideways movement here in the British pound versus the New Zealand dollar. Personally, I don't have something right now, because this drop sell-off could maybe end soon, maybe when the price will hit this level, the support, the weekly support. It has dropped, yeah, right below 1.9527, but right now, personally, I will not go short. Maybe after this breakdown, after this drop, only maybe after test, retest, rebound, test, retest, if the British pound versus the New Zealand dollar will really confirm a larger and a broader drop after escaping from this pattern, from this range. But this breakdown could still be invalidated, so that's why I will stay away. Okay, Leon, yeah, please take a look on our YouTube channel, please, guys. For those who are not you can subscribe, sorry, to our YouTube channel. It is important for you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, because you will receive a notification every time we will upload new content, new videos. So please, guys, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also we'll wait for your comments. You can maybe anytime comment right below this video, maybe, and this is the only way we can communicate. I will try to answer to all your questions. Also, please share our videos from our YouTube channel. You can also like them. It will be highly appreciated, and also it will be helpful for us into the YouTube algorithm. Yes, you can compare several instruments there in TradingView. Just press the plus button and add, yeah, but you can also watch and that's a trading tutorial, because maybe you'll understand better maybe how to compare trading instruments, markets, and you will maybe understand better how to maybe use correlations, intermarket correlation in trading. Yeah, thank you, guys. Okay, so right now I don't have something here really good after this breakdown here. I'll wait, I'll keep an eye on it. British pound versus the Canadian dollar right now. Yeah, this sideways movement, personally I'm not watching this this market right now, so It continues to move sideways. Right now I don't have something here right now very good. Okay, so let's take a look on the New Zealand dollar versus the US dollar, because I believe that we have something interesting here. I've told you guys in my yesterday's daily video, I believe that I've talked about this potential growth, strong growth here in New Zealand dollar versus the US dollar, and I've told you guys that if the dollar index continues to drop, yeah, this pair could continue to increase. It is thread located. It continues to increase within this up channel, minor up channel. It has in the first place, it has reached the medium line of the ascending pitchfork. It has decreased a little, but I've told you that it could still come back to pressure maybe the medium line. And right now, as you can see here, it has registered the valid breakout here above the medium line, and the aggressive breakout above 0.7018 has signaled further continuation, upside continuation in the short term. Yeah, we'll take a look on gold as well. Thank you, Mariano. Because we talked about gold at when I've started this session, but I will take a look on gold as well. Sophia, thank you as well. Okay, so right now, personally, maybe I'll wait for a temporary decline, retreat after this amazing rally, because right now it's risky to buy it here around the weekly R1 0.7081 and right below the upside line of this channel. Okay, so maybe temporary decline could bring us something like a new buying opportunity, new long opportunities. Yeah, right now we are talking about the New Zealand dollar versus the US dollar. Thank you. Because also these levels here, as you can see, 0.7115, 0.7125 are seen as strong resistance levels. So personally, I'll wait maybe for something like a temporary decline, maybe before considering going long again, or maybe for something like sideways movement, temporary consolidation, because we cannot exclude the temporary decline after reaching the R1, also after maybe reaching the upside line. But we'll have to wait, guys, for the CB consumer confidence, for the Chicago PMI, maybe to bring us I don't know, maybe a clear direction, to bring us fresh opportunities, to confirm our maybe strategies, our setups. Okay, because I've told you guys that maybe better than expected US data today could maybe also force the pair to decline a little in the short term after this rally. But I wanted to talk about the New Zealand dollar versus the US dollar, because yeah, this valid breakout, so jump above the medium line, retest, followed by a new higher high. So valid breakout confirmed this rally right now in New Zealand dollar versus the US dollar. New Zealand dollar versus the Japanese yen. And we'll come back and we'll talk about gold as well, guys. So please, if you want me to take a look on more markets, on other markets, right now personally I don't have something really good in New Zealand dollar versus the Japanese yen after this rally here, only because it is traded right below 77.93, below the weekly R1, below the upside 50% Fibonacci line, so something like maybe resistance zone area here. But so personally, maybe I would like for the pair, the price to decrease a little, to move sideways, because something like a flag here or something like a bullish pattern, a continuation pattern could help us to identify new, to catch maybe a new swing higher, leg higher. After you can see here that the New Zealand dollar versus the Japanese yen has decreased within this descending pitchfork body. It has failed to hit the medium line, which has signaled potential comebacks towards the upper medium line, and right now we have an upside breakout. That's why personally I would like to see maybe temporary decline, test retest of the broken upper medium line, test retest maybe of the medium line of the ascending pitchfork of the 77.28 or something like this, a sideways movement here, a range, sideways movement, a flag or something like this. A continuation pattern here in the short term could bring us great buying opportunities on the New Zealand dollar versus the Japanese yen. Okay. And let's take a look on the Japanese stock index on the Nikkei, because as you already know, guys, personally I'm using this correlation, and you can see here right now that the Japanese stock index, the Nikkei, has rallied, has ignored the medium line of descending pitchfork, the former high represented by 27,901.6. Also this 150% Fibonacci line, the air one. So after this amazing rally, yeah, maybe a temporary decline is natural. Okay, so that's why maybe right now in the short term the Japanese yen could increase a little versus its rivals, only a little maybe, because the Nikkei could come back to retest the broken levels before resuming its growth. But as you already know, for me, as long as the Nikkei increases, personally I'm looking for shorts, for going short on the Japanese yen. Okay, so this could still be only a temporary decline. Okay, so one moment, because I will take a look on your messages, guys. We talked about the New Zealand dollar versus the US dollar, US 30. I've told you that US 30, let's take a look on US 30 again. We'll come back to gold again, and we'll talk. So on the US 30, on the Dow Jones Industrial Average, maybe this could be only a temporary decline to retest the weekly pivot point. 35,300, one moment, 351, maybe before resuming its growth. For me, as long as it stays above this lower medium line of the ascending pitchfork, the bias is still bullish, and the US 30 could still increase. Okay, so but personally I'll wait maybe for a great trading opportunity, buying a signal for a high probability trade with a great risk to rewards ratio. Okay, so let's take a look again on gold, guys, because it seems that you like gold, guys. So I've told you that in the short term it has reached this lower medium line of major ascending pitchfork. This former dynamic support has turned into a dynamic resistance right now. It has reached, the price has reached this dynamic resistance. It has printed here something like bearish engulfing. It has decreased a little, but I've told you that for me it could still increase as long as maybe the dollar index could resume its drop. And I've told you that maybe it will develop here something like a triangle, like a continuation pattern in the short term. And I've told you that as long as it stays above the weekly pivot point, above 1807.78, a valid breakout above the upper medium line could maybe signal an upside continuation maybe, or something like this, or it could maybe bring us new opportunities. And I've told you that I will come back, guys, with maybe my trading opportunities in gold for the VIPs, for the VIP members. So please, guys, for those who are not VIP members, you can become a VIP member. You can join our VIP team for only £35 a month, and also we have a 30 days money back guarantee, so you can try our VIP services, guys. This is not for everybody. Trading is not for everybody, and yeah, you can join our VIP Telegram group. You become a VIP member by accessing the link below this video for only £35 a month, and you will get my trading opinions, my analyses, we will be able to maybe join all my trading sessions, VIP webinars, you will be able to have access to all my analyses. Okay, so you can become a VIP member. Also, I want to remind you guys that you can follow us on Instagram. Please, guys, we have a lot of content here as well. Potential short-term short in US oil, and also USD breaks last week's lows. Also about the DXY, about the US dollar crash. Also analyzes cryptocurrencies, Forex pairs, video analysis, market analysis, trading opinions. Okay, so please, guys, follow us on Instagram as well. Okay, so what about Bitcoin? Sorry if you have gone. No, I will take a look on Bitcoin right now for you guys, and then I will try to answer to other questions. I will take a look on our markets. Thank you, guys, for being here, and also please give me a like here, like this video right now here live. This will be helpful for me as well here, if you like, of course, my analysis. Thank you, guys. So Bitcoin, I've told you guys that it has escaped from this up channel, from this maybe rising wedge pattern. It has found support around 46,309.33. It has increased, it has failed to stabilize above the broken uptrend line. It has maybe stabilized it right below it. It has retested it, but it continues to move somehow sideways in the short term. So I've told you guys that only in Bitcoin, this is my opinion, this is not a trading recommendation or signal, this is only my opinion in Bitcoin here. So maybe something like maybe sideways movement followed by a valid breakdown below 46,309. If the price of Bitcoin will make a new lower low here to drop to stabilize below this immediate low, it will activate and confirm and signal a potential larger and broader downside movement in the short term towards 43,000, 21, 42,000, and also towards 40,000 and 904 static support, former resistance, guys, because here we had a major range. Okay, Mariano, thank you, and look forward to the VIP sign for gold. Yeah, I will come back, as I told you, I will come back with my trading opinion for gold, and I will come back maybe later with at least maybe a trading opinion and on maybe on other markets. So yeah, you can become a VIP member accessing the link posted right below this video. Also, please, guys, comment, please. I'll wait for comments into the YouTube channel right below this video. If you have questions, if you want maybe to, I don't know, to talk about a specific market in my next webinar, or if you want me to answer directly. Okay, so yeah, this is my opinion on Bitcoin. A new lower low could activate a larger drop, and here in the short term, maybe we had something like maybe a small pattern flag channel, something like this maybe, and I believe that maybe something like a sideways movement, consolidation, followed by an upside breakout, and also a valid breakout above 48, maybe above this level, above the weekly pivot point 48,548, could signal a potential growth and could invalidate something like a breakout jump above the weekly pivot point. Stabilization could validate larger correction and could signal further growth upside continuation. Paul, anytime, will like your video, sir. Yeah, thank you, Paul. Thank you as well. Okay, so this is Bitcoin. I will Euro versus the British pound. Thank you. Wenjie. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing correctly your name. Okay, euro versus the British pound. Right now only false breakout here above the weekly R1 0.8592 through the downside 50% Fibonacci line. We'll have to wait, guys, because as you can see, it has failed to approach to reach the medium line. It has failed here to stabilize above the 50% Fibonacci line. Something like maybe test, retest, only false breakouts here. Something like maybe bearish pattern could signal a potential new drop here. But right now it is still somehow bullish, maybe. Maybe we can do something like this here. So maybe we have something like a range here. This consolidation needs maybe, or actually euro versus the British pound maybe will resume its growth. It will develop an important upside movement if the price will make an upside breakout from this range, if it will maybe jump close and stabilize above the current high 0.8598, above today's high. Okay, so a valid breakout above 0.8593, former high, something maybe like this could signal an important growth, or jumping here, stabilizing above the 50% Fibonacci line could signal potential growth. Mariano, what is the difference between the trade and the suggested opinion on a trade, or are they both the same? As you already know, me and Orlando, we are sending only our trading opinions in the Telegram groups. So we are not sending trading signals, we are not sending trading recommendations, because we are not financial advisors. So we are sending only our trading opinions. Okay, and if you want to follow a trade, if you want to copy a trade, if you want to place the same trade, it is fine. Okay, and if you don't want to open a trade, it is fine as well. So we are sending our trading opinions based on our analyses. Yeah, you can follow a trade, you can copy a trade right from the VIP Telegram group if you want to open that trade, and if you can afford to trade on that market. Okay, so it is only on you. Okay, so if you want to follow our okay, guys, so I will take a look also, one moment, because I have a lot of questions here on gold. We talked about gold, guys, New Zealand dollar, about the British pound versus the Canadian dollar as well. Please, guys, if you want me to take a look on a specific market, I'm here, and let's take a look also on the GBP versus the US dollar. I've told you that yeah, here is my setup, here is my trading opinion. I've sent my trading opinion, guys, into the VIP Telegram group. This one is still valid, even if the price has decreased a little, but I told you that my trade in the British pound versus US dollar is still valid. Okay, I will maybe not talk right now about this one, only because my trading opinion, I've sent my trading opinion only for VIPs, for the VIP members. So if you want to still catch this trade, you can become a VIP member, and maybe you can still follow this trade if you want. Okay, Mariano, thank you as well. Yeah, I will take a look again on your messages. So again, Amir, when we go short, for example, on the British pound versus the Japanese yen, what does mean to the British pound versus the US dollar and US dollar versus the Japanese yen? Okay, so maybe when we'll go short on the British pound versus the Japanese yen. Let's take a look again. Yeah, it depends, guys, because maybe the pair, the British pound versus the Japanese yen, could drop only because the Japanese yen is strong in the short term, only because maybe the Japanese stock index, the Nikkei, drops, okay, at the moment, and maybe yeah, if you go short on the British pound versus the Japanese yen, you don't want to be long on the British pound versus the US dollar, okay, or on the British pound versus the Canadian dollar, or something like this, okay. And also when the British pound versus the Japanese yen drops, maybe it is not necessary for the US dollar versus the Japanese yen to drop as well, because maybe the US dollar versus the Japanese yen is bullish, maybe the dollar index continues to grow, and yeah, even if maybe this pair will drop, maybe the US dollar versus the Japanese yen will increase, okay. So we don't have correlations, good correlations between these pairs, okay. Okay, we talked about New Zealand dollar versus the US dollar, New Zealand dollar versus the Japanese yen. One moment. L2T last opinion was the US dollar is overvalued. So in the long term, do you think that will continue to fall? Let's come back. Let's go back to the DXY. No one knows if the dollar index will continue to drop in the long term, but right now in the short term, as you can see here, very important, it has registered only a false breakout here above 93.43. Right now it has dropped below 92.43 former low, yeah, stabilizing below 92.43. It could signal a larger drop, okay, in the, but only in the short term, with potential targets maybe here at 92.77 or lower 91.51, guys, okay. But yeah, that's why we are trading what we see right now, the current sell-off in the dollar index, and yeah, we don't know what will really happen in the long term on the DXY. Anything could happen. Maybe if the, I don't know, maybe the Federal Reserve will decide maybe to take action in its upcoming monetary policy meetings, yeah. So okay, so we don't know, no one knows, but yeah, I've told you that this false breakout here, its failure to come back, maybe after this temporary decline, maybe to come back towards 93.19, towards the second warning line. It's dropped below the first warning line. It's valid breakdown below the first warning line, signaled further decline in the short term. So that's why we are short right now on the US dollar. Tunde, I'm short on the British pound versus the US dollar based on my swing analysis in the daily chart. Yeah. This is your opinion on the British pound versus the US dollar. Personally, I'm bullish on the British pound versus the US dollar, but this is only my opinion. You can do whatever you want. Yeah, thank you as well. Okay, so personally, and maybe I believe that maybe the dollar index will register an important maybe drop in the medium to the long term, maybe only if it will maybe drop, stabilize below 91.51, but yeah, it could drop after something like this, a new lower low here, it could maybe signal a potential downside movement towards back towards 89.53 maybe, or something like this, but we'll need confirmation. So right now we have only a short-term sell-off, and we cannot talk about a larger downside movement in the dollar index, because I've told you guys here it is at support right now, and I told you guys that maybe better than expected US data, better than expected maybe US data here today, the CB consumer confidence, the Chicago PMI could force the dollar index to rebound from the weekly S1 92.37, from the 150% Fibonacci line. Also, if it will if the dollar index will invalidate this breakdown below 92.47, then the dollar index could rebound, could increase a little, and then maybe the dollar could appreciate versus its rivals. Okay. Yeah, thank you as well. Okay, please guys, if you want me to take a look on a specific market, I'm here and I will take a look. US dollar versus the Swiss franc. Let's take a look. Sell off right now. We have a correlation here between the dollar index and the US dollar versus the Swiss franc. So when the dollar index drops, this pair drops as well. So you can use this correlation in trading as well. I will delete all these because so we have here something like a support level 0.9099. We have something like a sideways movement here, so personally I'll wait maybe for a breakout from this range, maybe before considering going short or long, something like this, something like a bullish pattern here in this support zone, false breakdown with great separation, major bullish engulfing, or any other bullish pattern here in this support zone could bring us maybe something like potential growth. But this scenario will take shape only if the dollar index will rebound, if the dollar index will increase. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I will also refresh my economic calendar, and also US dollar versus the Canadian dollar. Let's take a look again, because I've told you guys that we are at support here in US dollar versus the Canadian dollar, and right in maybe in less than 2 minutes Canada is to release its gross domestic product, its GDP. The Canadian GDP is expected to increase by 0.7%. One moment, versus in June, versus a 0.3% drop in May. GBP Australian dollar, sorry, I still so many things. No, it is not a problem. I will take a look also on the British pound versus the Australian dollar. It's fine. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm waiting for your messages, for your questions. That's why I've told you that I want you guys to send me your messages if you want me to take a look on a specific market. So let's see here in the short term how the US dollar versus the Canadian dollar will react around the Canadian gross domestic product release. I've told you that the medium line is seen as a dynamic support. Also, I've told you that 1.2578 is seen as static support. Rebound right now. Let's refresh this. So 0.7 growth as expected. So the Canadian gross domestic product increased by 0.7% in June as expected, and right now the US dollar versus the Canadian dollar rallies, but yeah, we'll have to wait guys here, because I told you something like a drop, new lower low, consolidation below the lower medium line, new lower low, stabilization below 1.2578 could signal a further drop here. Right now maybe we'll have to wait also for the Chicago PMI, US CP consumer confidence before taking action on US dollar versus the Canadian dollar, okay? Because worse than expected US data, yeah, will signal something like this, like maybe sell-off, but we'll have to wait for a value breakdown here. And maybe better than expected US data could bring a rebound. We'll have to wait to see how the price will react around the US data, okay? So right now here on the 1 hour rebound around the Canadian gross domestic product release, 0.7% growth, matching expectations after 0.3% drop in May, guys. Okay. Okay, I will take a look also on the British pound versus the Australian dollar. So as you can see here on the 4 hour, only false breakdowns, but it's risky to buy it from here because the pressure is still high. Maybe personally I'll wait maybe for something like this, something like consolidation, test, retest, false breakdowns, something like a sideways movement maybe before considering going long in US dollar versus the Canadian dollar. But yeah, I wait for a fresh signal. The British pound versus the Australian dollar. Yeah, as long as it stays above 1.8756, it could still increase. This could still be only a temporary decline in the short term. Also, let's see, we have maybe a pattern here, something like a flag channel or something like this. So staying above 1.8756, escaping from this pattern, test, retest, sideways movement, could bring us something in the British pound versus the Australian dollar. And guys, drop, valid breakdown below 1.8756 could signal a deeper drop, but we'll have to wait. So only a new lower low because we have an uptrend here. So only a new lower low could confirm a larger drop here. Also, we can draw also Fibonacci retracement here, something like this. Right now it's pressuring the 23.6 retracement level. Also, we can use one moment, an uptrend line. So maybe personally I will still look for buying because I told you guys that as long as it is above 1.8756, it could still increase as long as it is above the uptrend line. So I want to see something here in this zone, in this area. False breakdowns, a bullish pattern, maybe a valid breakout, consolidation, before maybe consider going long. So personally I will look here for buying opportunities in the British pound versus the Australian dollar around these levels. Okay, silver, guys. Silver, I told you guys that we may have something here in silver after maybe the price of silver will escape from this extended range, from this down channel. So right now it has escaped from this range, but it has decreased again to retest it. So 24.218 is seen as an important resistance level, key level maybe in the short term, and maybe something like a valid breakout above it could signal a potential growth. Okay, so personally I'll keep an eye on silver, because yeah, I'm bullish on silver, and I want to maybe to identify, to catch a good buying opportunity on silver as well. Right now, as you can see here, it has failed again to stabilize above the medium line of the ascending pitchfork. It has retested it. That's why I'll wait for something here, maybe for a valid breakout also above the medium line to confirm a strong upside movement in the short term. Okay. The price of silver moves somehow sideways here in the short term, only because also the price of gold moves somehow sideways. It has decreased a little. So yeah, I've told you that personally I'm looking for new buying opportunities in gold and silver. US oil. US oil, temporary decline after reaching the 38.2 retracement level. I've told you guys from here that personally I want to see something like retreat, maybe to retest this former resistance area, now support zone, before maybe resuming its growth towards this downtrend line. So also something like a consolidation here could signal a potential further growth in US oil. Still, in the short term, we cannot exclude maybe temporary declines towards the 50% Fibonacci line, towards the weekly pivot point, towards this support zone. Okay, but right now it's still maybe bullish. On the 4-hour chart, DAX 30, guys. Whoa, what a nice and strong aggressive sell-off from around 15,967.6. We'll see what will happen, because right now it's at support. It could still increase as long as it stays within the ascending pitchfork's body, and only a breakdown, valid breakdown below the lower medium line of the ascending pitchfork could signal a potential strong drop. After its failure here to stabilize above the medium line, after its failure here to approach to reach this former high, after this printing this major bearish engulfing. But we'll wait, and I'll come back with my trading opinion on DAX maybe as well. So FTSE 100, UK 100, another false breakout here above the medium line of the ascending pitchfork, signaling exhausted buyers, signaling that the FTSE 100 could maybe come back to retest all these support levels in the short term, downside obstacles. So another false breakout, signaling maybe that this growth is over, it has ended. We can use maybe uptrend lines, maybe an uptrend line like this or something like this, breakdown. So right now the bias is bearish in the short term on the FTSE 100. It could drop. Maybe Ethereum, guys. Ethereum breakout from this range after its failure to approach, to reach, maybe to retest the medium line of the ascending pitchfork. All these failures, higher lows, have signaled that the buyers are still strong, and they could still push the price higher. And right now it could maybe stabilize above the 61.8 retracement level, 61.8% retracement level, also above the weekly R1, 3387.15, something like a consolidation could signal the upper medium line of guys, of the ascending pitchfork is seen as a dynamic resistance, as a potential target. Also the R2 is seen as a potential target, and personally I believe that only a valid breakout to jump to stabilize above it could really signal an important growth, maybe on the short, to the medium, to the long term in Ethereum, guys. Okay, because you can see here that it has failed to stabilize above the upper medium line. It has decreased, but it has failed to retest the medium line, signaling strong buyers. Also, it has moved sideways within a range pattern right now, breakout, outside breakout. So the bulls, the buyers are still strong, and Ethereum could resume its growth as long as maybe also the price of Bitcoin will jump higher. Yeah. Australian dollar versus the US dollar, guys. It has continued. It has resumed its growth after retesting 0.7289. The upper medium line of the descending pitchfork is seen as an upside target, potential target, dynamic resistance. Technically, after its failure here to stabilize below the lower medium line, technically, it has signaled that maybe the Australian dollar versus the US dollar could maybe register maybe a valid breakout above the upper medium line, and it could increase. But this scenario will take shape only if the dollar index will resume its drop. Okay, if the dollar index will continue to drop, then maybe the Australian dollar versus the US dollar will make an upside breakout from this pitchfork. But still, here in the short term, maybe something like test, retest, consolidation could bring us something. We'll have to wait, because here in the short term, personally, I'm still long on this one. Also, it is maybe located above a potential uptrend line, something like this. Yeah. Okay, guys, if you don't have more questions, I will end my webinar soon. Gold, it drops right now only because, let's take a look on the DXY, because maybe the DXY it has recovered a little. It has increased a little after I've told you guys that we have something here like a support zone below 92.47, around the 150% Fibonacci line, around weekly S1 92.37, and I've told you guys that maybe something here like false breakdown, maybe something like a bullish pattern here. Maybe if the US data will come in better than expected, the dollar index could rebound, could bounce back, could increase a little, which could maybe send also the price of gold down. Silver could maybe drop, and also euro versus US dollar could drop. Yeah. Okay, guys, if you don't have more questions, again, please follow us on Instagram. Please subscribe, guys, to our YouTube channel. It is important, guys. We want to build strong communities on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. I've told you that you will receive a notification every time